evening, wherever you may be in the world. How y'all doing today? Beautiful Tuesday morning in Washington, D.C. Sun is out. I mean, it's gorgeous outside, man. It really is. And I'm going to get ready and head down to the White House. You know, y'all hear me talk about my dishes a lot. And when I was a street vendor, this friend of mine, Jim Rowland, hell of a creator, man. I mean, hell of a creator. Came and showed me this brochure. And he said, man, have you seen my line of dinnerware? I said, no, let me see it. And he showed me, I said, you need to open up a showroom. He said, you open up one, and I'll put the dishes in it. And that's what I did. And this was the brochure of the dinnerware, trimmed in 24 karat gold that we did. This was fine dining. These were the designs that he had created. You know, these were the designs he created right here. And at the time, nobody was doing that idea. And some 20 some odd years later, nobody's still doing the idea. It's still not being produced. Still to this day. And I honestly believe that I have a winning idea. I know I have a winning idea. And I'm gonna manifest it this year. I'm gonna manifest my dinnerware line this year. Yes, I am. I don't know how, and I can't say when. I just gonna know it's gonna happen this year. I'm gonna launch my dinnerware line. And, you know, I think one of the problems that, what's going on, Shop, that people might have with me is I want to be too independent. You know, I think that's the majority of the issues that people have. I just want to be too independent. You know, I want to be, I want to live off me. I want to live from within me. And most folk aren't comfortable trying to live from within themselves. That's why they need a job and some benefits, because they're not comfortable with living from within themselves. And that's what I try to do. When I go down to the White House, man, I ain't cheating nobody. I ain't deceiving nobody. I ain't stealing from nobody. All I'm trying to do is offer them some value for what they getting. And some people appreciate it. The majority of them don't. You know, I had a woman from New Zealand came up and said, do you have the national anthem for New Zealand? I said, I'm sure I do. She said, okay, thank you. I'd like for you to play that for my son in front of the White House. And lo and behold, her son was special needs. He was special needs. And he knew the anthem. But it's moments like that, man, that you can't buy. You know, I have people that come by with different health challenges, you know, in wheelchairs. And you know the odds of them making it back this way again is between slim and none. and I try to give them an experience of coming to the White House. Because if, and see, this is what people gonna have to realize that one day I'm gonna be too busy to go down to the White House. This is not permanent. I'll be too busy, man. My tours are gonna take off. And see, and people gonna figure out I got some of the best tours in DC. You watch. You watch. My tours are gonna take off, man. They're gonna take off this year. They're gonna take off. This is my 7th year in business. 2023 is the year of 7. So it's gotta be, this gotta be my year. Gotta be my year. Regardless of what it's looking like, where it is, where I am, what I'm experiencing. And see, when you start taking the adversity that comes into your life personal, like it's something against you, it has something to do with you, you have lost the battle. Let me say that again. When you take adversity personal, like it's something against you, it has to do with you, you have lost the battle. It's the process. And see, and that's what adversity wants you to do, is to take it personal. Because when you take it personal, you're going to get despondent. You're going to get depressed. You're going to get discouraged. See, when you start taking it personal, those are the voices that'll be sitting right on your shoulder. See, I told you it wouldn't work. It's because you're taking it personal. It's the process you got to go through, man. You know, it's just a process. And most of us don't have the patience to endure the process. See, the thing about success that a lot of people don't realize, you don't know how close you are until you stumble upon it. You don't know how close you are to success until you stumble upon it. You know, that's why a lot of people give up too soon. Because the closer they get to success, the more adversity is going to be trying to turn you around. See, adversity guards the door to success. If success was so easy, how come everybody not successful? If it was so easy, why do people have to lie and cheat and deceive and trick people? If success was so easy. You see, doing it the right way, man, it's the hard way. That's the hard way. And a lot of people don't want to endure the hard way. They got to have it now. You know, they got it right now. I need this happening now. And when it ain't happening right now, then, you know, you getting depressed. You second guessing yourself. On a daily basis, y'all, I don't know what to expect when I go sit in front of the White House. Every day I go down there, I really don't know what to expect. I really don't. And nothing would surprise me. I mean, serious, nothing would surprise me down in front of the White House. See, because D.C. is funny. 1 minute, they ain't paying attention to nothing. Then the next minute, they paying attention to everything. You got to dot all the I's and cross all the T's. And that'll last for a moment. And then it's back to business as usual. See, usually when DC crack down on something, what's going on, Edward? Usually when DC crack down on something, it's just momentary. You know, just to let you know, hey, we here, we doing some work. You know, don't relax. And then a couple of weeks later, a month later, business as usual. Everything back to normal now. Ain't nobody paying attention. If that's how DC work. And see, and I keep telling y'all, here's the secret, and it's probably the same way where you are. Man, it ain't who you know. It's who knows you that makes the world go round. It ain't who you know. You know a lot of people that don't know you. It's who knows you that makes the world go round. And see, in DC, based on who knows you, you might not even have to stand in line. Based on who knows you. See, you can circumvent some processes if the right people know you. He said, and this is what everybody is striving hard to do, getting to be known. It took me almost 30 years to figure out why people drop so many names when they be talking. And it's because they want to appear to be known. See, we're attracted to people that are known. And if you go back and ask some of them names, you hear people be dropping. Folk be saying, who? I don't know them. But folk appear. You know, they appear to be known. And because, you know, again, that's the attraction. We want to be around people that are known. It's that quote unquote celebrity fever. And unfortunately, you got people trying to be a celebrity any and every way they can. Look how many young people out here doing dumb shit, trying to get some followers, and end up losing their lives. You know, I mean, doing dumb shit, and end up losing their life trying to get some followers, and now they ain't got shit, cause they dead. You know, out there trying to get some people, and see, this is my thing. If you want to follow me, I shouldn't have to beg you. I shouldn't have to tell you to like and subscribe. If you like my content, you're going to do that on your own. But you'll find most folk have to be told what to do. See, most folk got to be told. And to me, if I got to tell you to subscribe to my channel, if I got to constantly remind you, you don't need to be here. And the question is, why are you here? You know, if you just want to get the content for yourself, see, it's only good enough for you. And I'm gonna tell you, Periscope taught me this. You have a lot of people that are very possessive. When they get you, they don't want to share you with nobody, because they think if they share you, then they're going to miss out. See, that's the reason a lot of folk don't want to share your content, because they're afraid they might get, you know, it get too busy for them. See, they'll be missing something. And believe it or not, I mean, and that's the truth. That is the truth. So I don't spend a lot of time on on liking and subscribing. Man, if my content good enough, you're gonna like it and you're gonna subscribe it. If you don't, you ain't. It's simple as that. It's as simple as that, man. See, because we all got a role to play. You know, we all have a role to play. Everybody got a role to play, man. And unfortunately, you got some folk that just sitting on the sidelines. And they just watching, thinking they out of harm's way. And water is up to their knees. And they don't even realize they on a sinking ship. What's good, Patty? You see, so we gonna have to get involved, ladies and gentlemen. You know, this is. I mean, aren't you tired? Haven't you had enough? Don't you want something different? I mean, think about it, man. Aren't you tired of this violence? Aren't you tired of all the killing? Aren't you tired of all of the division, the animosity, and the hatred? If your answer is yes, then what are you promoting positive? Think about that, man. You got folks sitting back talking about they tired of the way things are, but they don't want to do one thing to make a difference. They ain't lifting one finger to try to get involved. And if we gonna turn this thing around, everybody gonna have to get involved, man. We all got a part to play. And people think that, you know, change happens by itself. That you know, all of this stuff will correct itself. And that's what people are sitting back waiting for, this stuff to correct itself. And it's not going to do that. You know, it's not going to do that, man. You got to get involved. You know, isn't it sad that people are leery about supporting something financial that's positive, that's the answer, and they're scared to support it? And it's the answer. But they say, I agree with your message, True Conductor. But I can't give you no money, man. You know, I can't help you get on your feet. See, I can't help you get out of this hotel room. I can't help you expand your business. I appreciate your message, but you're gonna have to do this on your own. And see, and I'm trying to do it on my own. And I can't do it by myself. I've tried to do it by myself. It don't work. See, I can't promote me. Other people have to promote me. I can't promote myself. See, other people have to create a desire. Other people have to create attention. Listen. If people sold into my life to the point where it really makes a difference, it has made a difference, then that's what's gonna get people's attention. Damn, you mean he got out like that? He got out doing that? And notice, see, the only way they show us getting out is through drugs or something illegal. See, I can go out here and sell some weed and become a hero, be a legend. But I gotta look over my shoulder, man. You know, I gotta constantly be looking over my shoulder. What kind of peace is that? You see, and why is it that that's the only out for me? Why is it that doing something illegal is the only out for me? I mean, think about it, man. Here I am. I ain't sitting in front of the White House because I ain't got nothing else to do. I'm sitting in front of the White House because ain't nobody booking no tours. That's the only reason I'm sitting in front of the White House. I'm trying to keep myself busy, man. Keep my mind occupied. Keep from being despondent and discouraged. Because ain't nobody booking no tours. So I sit there and try to entertain people to take my mind off of it. And I'm sitting there watching all of these folk, and they ain't never Google what I do. Because if they did, I wouldn't be sitting there. You see, so you done showed me you ain't interested in what I do. So now I got to come out and try to create something new to get your attention. And now that I done start thinking outside the box and I got something different, something new, you still treat me like I'm poison. And I got the answer. For the whole world. I got the answer for the whole world. Stop hating each other because you disagree. That's the answer for the whole world. The whole world. I've not had one person to walk by me and say, I disagree with your sign, sir. I've not had one person to say, man, I disagree with that. Not one person. And yet, nobody wants to validate it. See, the minute I pick up a sponsor, the message is validated. It's validated then. It's going to get people's attention because, damn, man, look, how come we ain't showing no success stories from positive ideas? Why you don't see them success stories? Why you don't see them? You see, why you don't see no rags to riches stories? They don't happen no more. I mean, think about. I'm asking y'all. Name the last rags to riches story you know of that everybody know about. Name one that you know of that everybody know about. You know, I ain't talking about you. Because somebody said, I'm the rags to riches, but we don't know about you. Okay, so take yourself out of it. Tell me somebody else. And you're going to be struggling to find, man. Isn't it ironic? As bad as things are, you struggle to find some positive narratives. Why can't they get through? Why can't they come on the scene? See, these are the questions that we need to ask. And ain't nobody asking, everybody afraid. See, don't nobody want to rock the boat. Don't nobody want to say, man, cut this shit out. We need to start getting along together. This is crazy. Because if my half of the ship go down, yours ain't staying afloat. I had this white kid yesterday. Came over and said, and I knew he was a Ukraine supporter. Because, I could see how he was positioning. Are there any national anthems that you don't play? I said, yes, it is. I said, Russia, China, and Ukraine. Really? Why not Ukraine? And Ukraine was just setting up across from us. I said, well, we've given them $100 billion. And they ain't showed us nothing of what they done with the money, and they still want more. And that's on top of the other 10, 15, 20 billion the rest of the world done gave to them. So now you got $120 billion and you still want more? You still need more? You ain't got enough weapons? $100 billion can't buy you the weapons you need? Something's wrong with that, man. Something's wrong with that picture. And they never account for the money that we done gave them. Never. They always want more. How much more do you want? And you can't show us what you done did with what you got. And what are you doing with what you got? I mean, think about that, y'all. They won't even show us what they doing with the money they done got already. And they still want more. They want more weapons. But what about the money we done gave you? Where is that? What is that buying? You see, and $100 billion, think about that, y'all. Think about that. $100 billion we done gave Ukraine. And then, on top of that, they talking about paying for some pensions in Ukraine. On top of giving them $100 billion, we paying for pensions over in Ukraine right now. And you got homeless people, blocks from the White House, can't get no help. But we paying pensions in Ukraine. See, nobody's asking, where this money going? Show us an account for this money. And when you start asking for some accountability, see, now you are you support Russia. See, that's Russian propaganda. When you start asking for some accountability, where the money going, how you spending this money? See, now all of a sudden you for Russia. When you start asking for some accountability. See, that's the bullshit y'all be falling for. See, it ain't fuck Russia. I don't give a shit, man. Cause if I took a Ukrainian and a Russian and put them side by side, you wouldn't even know the difference. Let me say that shit again. If you took a Ukrainian and a Russian and put them side by side, you wouldn't even know the difference. You wouldn't even know the difference. But they still want your money. And we falling for that, man. See, this is the crap that, this open checkbook that we got for the rest of the world needs to be closed. See, we can't be an open checkbook for everybody else when we got needs. We can't fulfill our own needs because we trying to help everybody else. And then on top of it, get screwed. See, and what's going to end up happening is this. All that money we done gave to Ukraine going to turn around and kick us in our ass, and then them and Russia going to be just like this. They're going to be just like this. Okay? That's the way it always works. They start out fighting, then they end up friends. See, and where the money went? Where the money gone? And when you ask questions, see, now no, man, I don't fall for that Ukraine bullshit. Cause we being pimped. It's simple as that, man. America is being pimped by Ukraine. As simple as that. Cause see, when somebody's always tugging at your emotions, they up to some shit. And if you notice, them Ukrainians, they always put the worst picture first to manipulate your emotions for some sympathy and some sorrow. And what y'all gonna do when you find out a lot of that shit that they've been telling you ain't true? And how you gonna feel then? What you gonna say then? You see, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. But hey, you can only crowd so long. And if people don't want to listen, there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing that at all you can do about it. You know, if people don't want to listen, ain't nothing you can do. All right? So, hey man, I'm finna bundle up and I'm gonna head down to the White House. You know, that's what I do. That's what I do. And that's, you know, um, something's gonna come out of that. I don't know what. Something's gonna come out of that experience. And I told y'all I had a guy from Venezuela told me he wanted to do a story on my playing national anthems down in front of the White House. See, and again, because I don't know who I'm touching. I know I'm touching somebody. I just don't know who I've touched. Okay, I've touched some people. I've had people, well, I didn't have them. I've seen them crying in front of the White House listening to their national anthem. Like, that was a bucket list moment for them. You know, to be able to come and stand in front of the White House and listen to your national anthem. And you can sing it in your language in front of the White House. See, people, and them videos that they taking last a lifetime. Last a lifetime. And they don't even want to give $1 for a video that'll last them a lifetime. And see, I ain't gonna always be there doing it. I ain't gonna always be there doing it. So everybody ain't gonna get a chance to do it. It's just the people that have gotten it. Cause once that blow up, see, I get too busy, I can't come back down there. Cause I'm gonna be too busy. See, I got too many things to do now. And this is what, this like, see, this is what I be telling people, man, with my tours. Man, y'all want a tour that I'm doing? You better book now. Because when I get too busy, see, I'm gonna have to hire some people. I ain't gonna be able to be out there on the tour, doing tours myself. See, this is what I be trying to show people. You know, if you want me, a tour with me, you need to book now. Because when I get busy, I'm going to have to start hiring. And then I'll just be driving around monitoring my tours and giving away some money to the people who's on my tours. That's what I'll be doing. See, let me get some tour guides and some vehicles. I'm gonna show you how to make some money. See, cause I'll start the bus and say, hey, who in seat number 7? Who in seat number 9? Who in seat number 15? Come up here and get this $50. You think I can't create no buzz? And I'm giving away some money on my tours? You think that won't create no buzz? Shit. See, y'all just let me get my hands on some money. I show you. I show you how to do this shit. See, because money is what make people talk. Money is what make people talk. And ain't no tour company in DC giving away no money. None of them. Ain't none of them giving away no money. And they making money hand over fist. And they ain't coming back over there putting nothing back into the people that's making them rich. And that's all I'm trying to do, man. Is y'all making me rich? Man, I'm trying to put something back in your hands. That's all I'm trying to do. But they're getting everything they can. The rich keep getting richer and they don't get nothing back. And here I want to give back. I want to give back. And y'all got me sitting out hanging out to dry. And I'm the one that's going to give back. I'm the one that's going to help. And y'all can't see that, man. See, you can, I got the track record, buddy. See, a lot of folk get on here, be talking talk, they ain't got no resume to go with it. I can show you where I fought corruption in the police department in D.C. and won. Took me 7 years, but I won. They ran me out of business, but I won. I won. So did. They end up getting caught. So you know, I can show you where I done stood up, where I've been on the front line. You know, that's why Metro stole my job. The only way they could beat me was cheat. Man, do you know right now, the FBI could, just on my case alone, they can take them 2 different termination letters I got. They can raid Metro. They can and human resources. They can go in there and raid that place. They can raid Teamsters Local 922. They can raid the arbitrators, Joseph Sharnoff office, and they can raid the attorney's office. Moody Green, Welch and Sandon, whatever that is, Moody's office. They can raid all of them offices, man, because all of them was in cahoots. And see, and once you go in there looking for one thing, now you can see everything. See, because all they got to do is go in and say, wait a minute. We want to look at how y'all handle these arbitration cases. FBI could raid Metro right now. Metro, Teamsters Local 922, raid them both right now. Just based on my case. And who knows what they might find. And see, not only can they raid the offices, they can raid them jokers' homes too. Can raid their homes as well. See, that's when that folk don't, you know, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. How they did me was wrong. They Metro tried to destroy me. Literally. They really tried to destroy me. And computers, man, I'm telling you, they can take everything. They can take everything. And saying people don't realize something like that, you know, and you never know. You never know. But seriously, right now, I showed y'all them letters. I got two different termination letters, man. Two different dates. One said I was terminated on a Thursday, and one said I was terminated on a Friday. Well, if I was terminated on a Thursday, how you gonna use the letter that said I was terminated on Friday? And if I was terminated on Friday, how you gonna use the letter that said I was terminated on Thursday? I mean, that's how incompetent they were. But when you ain't got no money, man, when you can't pay no lawyer, see them the kind of screwings you had to take, cause they know you ain't they fixing it, so you ain't gonna get unemployment. You can't get a job because they done lied. So anybody calling for a reference ain't gonna hire you based on the letter they done put in your file, which was a lie. You see, and you have to endure that, man. You have to take that butt with it. And a lot of folk call me crazy because I never accepted that they had to cheat to steal my job. I'm supposed to let that go. Man, humiliated my mama, man. Humiliated my mama. Sent the police to my house. That's how I got fired. They ain't called me into the office. I ain't have no exit interview. Man, they sent Metro Police to my house with a supervisor to get my ID and key, and I thought I was on vacation. I thought I was going on vacation, and they fired me. Told me, give me your key and ID, and don't ever set foot on Metro's property again. And I didn't. Took me a year and a half to get my arbitration hearing. A year and a half it took me to get my arbitration hearing. And still got screwed by the arbitrator. Got screwed by the arbitrator. Man, my arbitrator, Mr. Mooney, I tell you, hold on. Those are some of the papers that I like to keep with me. Let's see here. Let me show y'all how they did me. Let me show y'all how they did me. Now, let me show you how they did me. Now, this was a letter that was hand delivered to my house, firing me. See, it's initial right here by Christian Kent. All right? And in this letter, I'm going to start the second paragraph. Mr. Victoria's investigation revealed a number of policy violations on your part, the most serious of which was the intentional filing of false statements about your supervisors, as prohibited by Policy Instruction 7.32/0, whistleblowing, and Bus Rule Book Section 1.1, 1.2, and 1.4. Employees' obligation, truthful statement, and professional conduct. You may also have been in violation of company policy regarding use of electronic devices, but no action will be taken on that basis in these proceedings. As a result of your failure to adhere to these company policy, the investigation recommends termination of your employment. and I am upholding that recommendation. Therefore, effective immediately, you are terminated from service as a Metro bus operator. Your last day work was Friday, January 22nd, 2010. Your WMATA ID, parking pass, policy, and all that stuff in your possession must be returned, right? This was the letter that was hand delivered by a supervisor escorted by 2 police officers to my house, all right? When I get to arbitration, Mr. Moody, my attorney, said, Mr. Folden, I don't know what you're going to do about this, but there are 2 different termination letters in your file. Okay? Listen to this. See, notice, this says subject dismissal. Ain't no signature on this. See, ain't no initial on this. All right? This is not initial. Listen to this one. Mr. Victoria's investigation revealed a number of policy violations on your part, the most serious of which was intentional filing of false statements about your coworkers. Now, over here, the one that hand delivered said, Mr. Victoria's investigation revealed a number of, the most serious of which was intentional filing of false statements about your supervisors. Okay? But on here, it says by my coworkers, as described in policy 1.3, equal employment opportunity and affirmative action, as well as engaging in threatening behavior of employees during your visit to the general manager's office in violation of policy 4.2, workplace violence. You may also have been in violation of company policy regarding the use of electronic devices, but no action will be taken at this time. As a result of your failure to adhere to these policies, the investigation recommends termination. Your last day of work was Thursday, January 21st, 2010. Wait a minute. The one that they hand delivered said my last day of work was Friday, January 22nd. You know what the arbitrator did? Sharnoff took both of these letters and combined them to justify my termination. The arbitrator took 2 letters with different dates, okay, and combined them, and to justify. Matter of fact, let me read his conclusion to you. Let me read his conclusion. Since y'all won't y'all won't believe me, I saw this and I'm like, man, come on, man, come on. Let me read you this guy's conclusion. Let me see, can I find his conclusion in here? All right. So you can see. So you can see. Did the authority demonstrate sufficient cause to discharge? That's the question. All right? The Board of Arbitration concludes that the authority has met the burden of demonstrating that the grievant engaged in misconduct for which there was sufficient cause for discharge. According, the grievant is denied in all aspects. Okay? In all aspects, I was denied. And the man used 2 different letters to justify that. 2 different dates. He used 2 different letters to justify it. You think the FBI can't roll up in there You think they can't roll up in there and look for something, and they can, once they get in, they can look at a whole bunch of shit. Let me see, who is this? Hey, Rob.
How's it going, brother? Are you still alive?
Yeah, I'm still alive, man. What's going on?
Let's have a talk, man. Let's have a talk.
You want to do it live?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
No, it's I've been listening to a lot of what you've been saying. I had to do a television show or a radio show back in Louisiana. I just finished it up. But listen, Don, I'm here in Vegas, right?
Okay.
Now follow me for a second. Whenever we would promote nightclubs, all right? What we would do is we set up a little booth, just a little, like a little, like, how like the president stands in front of a podium,
Right,
and
right,
he talks,
right.
okay. And what we would do is we put up stuff saying, tours, and then people would stop by, and we would do that, right? So we would put up a podium, and it would say tours or whatever it was, whatever we're selling, and people would then go in and they would pay for what we're doing. And it just hit me last night. I was thinking, my God, what if you were just to modify it a little bit, where you're standing up and you're selling tours, and you get some artwork around a podium, and you put a podium out there. They're not going to tell you no, because people have tents. I saw all the other crap that's out there, and I have a picture of mine, what we did, but we did nightclubs, bud. So you could be the one, and then you're talking about hiring somebody. You could actually get somebody, once you get going and you get 3 or 4 trips under your belt, you could actually have somebody selling all day long, right? They could be there from 8 o'clock in the morning to 10 o'clock at night, if that's what it takes.
Well,
But
see, now
tell me where my rationale is wrong on that, Don.
well, see, now you're getting into a licensing issue in D.C.
Okay, now hang on
Okay,
a second.
now listen to me, Rob. Hold on.
I saw a picture of a black guy on a chair that somebody painted that they're selling the guy's painting, and it looked like Nelson Mandela or something. I don't know. But you tell me what the hell the difference is between that and what you're doing.
Well, see, because I'm a tour company.
You're what?
Because I am a tour company. All right.
Okay.
So for me for me to actually come and sit up in front of White House and sell tours.
Well, that seems to be like where you're at, right? I mean, that seems to be.
Well, right. And see, because I still can do the same thing, but without the requirements, by playing the music.
So tell me how you would do that, because I'm sitting here right now looking at all my photos of all the conventions I've been to. I mean, have you ever been to a convention, Don?
Yes, sir.
You walk to the convention.
Absolutely.
They got the black guy on the right hand side. They got the white guy on the left hand side, and they're ready to handle anything, anytime, any place, right?
Right.
And they got little podiums. They say, "Oh yeah, come on in and check out our new program." Okay. So if you have a way around that where you don't have to worry about the licensing, man, Don, you're missing it, bro.
See, Rob, you got to understand the nature of DC is a little bit different from the
Vegas.
rest of the world. Yeah, it's very different.
But
See,
it sounds to me,
because I was just saying. Now, let me show you.
People know who you are.
Yeah, but still, at any given moment, see, some other a lot of tour companies come down there, okay, and see, all they got to do is just start complaining. How
Okay,
can?
so let them complain. Are you a licensed tour company, Don?
But no, but see, Rob, trust me, my friend, trust me on this. I know
You know I'm a pit bull. You know
I know the makeup of DC. I know how people are. Because I was just saying earlier, see, this is one thing about DC.
Okay.
Sometimes, man, they cross every T and dot every I on your
I know.
edge.
Then you said sometimes.
And sometimes they don't give a shit.
Okay, so
Okay.
my question to you is this: you just said you have a way around it.
But see, I can't. I have to back into that, Rob. And this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to back into it.
Okay, you gotta
So,
explain to me. I'm just a dumb white boy. What is back into
okay,
again?
so in other words, I'm coming around. I can't walk in the front door. Your idea is walking in the front door.
My idea is setting up a booth
Now
and
listen
saying,
to
hey, I
me.
got tours.
No,
You can
your
come if
idea,
you
but
want.
listen to me, Rob. Your idea is walking in the front door, setting up shop.
But they already know Don. They already know Don Folden.
I know
Every
that.
day.
But see, at any given moment, they can also clamp down at any given moment. See, anytime
Okay,
they want to, anytime, man,
so when you've seen tours out there doing that, you said you've seen it, right? You've seen people do that.
no, nobody doing that.
Oh
Everybody
my
bring
God!
tours to the White House. They bring tours to the White House.
Everybody, what?
Bring tours. They bring tours.
I understand that you're standing out in front of the White House playing the song, having the Dawn sign. It's all over the world. We leave that up, and then there I am. Hold on, we're still live. Okay, so if you have the Dawn sign behind you, you're gonna get photos. You're gonna be playing music. At the same time, you're gonna have like a nice graphic on the front of your podium where you're gonna be not just sitting on a bucket. You're gonna be sitting there talking about your tours and giving them let's just talk about old school, Don. You go to Kinko's, you know what that is, right?
Yep.
FedEx store, and do a threefold brochure and say, these are our tours. The next one leaves tomorrow. You want to sign up? Yeah. Here's what we go through. Boom, 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 boom. Now, Don, you got to convince me that that's not possible. And if you're going to tell me they're letting you down, they've been letting you down there for God knows how long, right? And we understand you might get kicked out every once in a while. But you said during your video today, true or false, that sometimes they just do not give a damn.
Sometimes they don't. No, sometimes they don't give a damn. No, that's the truth, man. Sometimes
Okay, so let me ask you the question. How many successes would you have to have using Rob Paisola's method of business
But Rob,
tours to be booked to be able to be considered successful? Think about that. Not a lot. I mean, you get 10 people, you're set. Then we just take a little break a little bit. We move around. We move the podium. You know what I mean? See,
let me marinate on that, Rob. You might have something. Let me marinate on it.
No, I do, because the thing is, Don, I work in Vegas, and I'm the guy that when people go and they're dealing, they're walking down the strip. I'm the guy that they go to and say, okay, I want to go to a show tonight, and I want to go to a club, and I want to have unlimited alcohol. Okay, great. It's $50 for the unlimited alcohol, and the show's on half price for $49. All right, and they come up to the booth and they buy it, and it's done. Okay, and I'm trying to find some pictures to send you right now of what I did. And we did it for the Plaza Hotel, which is a total piece of shit junk downtown. However, it worked, and we brought in millions of dollars because we were right there. Now, I don't know anybody that has the power that Don Folden has to be in front of the White House. I don't know anybody. You know every Secret Service person, you know every single person there. And you know what? All I'm asking you to do, I'm not asking you to change who Don is, am I? All I'm asking you to do is modify by listening to somebody else who might know something a little, as just a little bit different.
See, again, I hear what you're saying, Rob, but what I'm trying to get you to understand is, one, getting this stuff. Let me process this, because I hear what you're saying, but there are a lot of other elements that are involved.
I know, but I just want to hear you tell me I'm wrong.
No, I'm not saying you're wrong. No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying you're wrong. What I'm saying is, I got to look at some other dynamics. Because
how about this dynamic? This is an easy dynamic. You have your sign. We need to learn to talk to each other. How about underneath that, DC Black Tours? Talk to me, like in the Walmart store. Now,
my first sign that I started out with was with DCBlackTours.com.
I understand, but just put it on a line underneath. Get another one made. Talk to me. Ask me about touring. Ask me about tours. That's what people walk around Walmart and say. Ask me. They have those blue vests on, right?
Now that's different. Now.
I understand, but you're thinking because you have a one-way
Now,
look at things, and you need a third eye.
now
Even
that's
the
different. Now,
the CEO of a company.
let me see. Let me sit down and let me. Now I see what you're saying. All right. Now I see. Let me see.
Hang on, Don. What you're doing is you're now taking a passive Don showing up and playing music for $1 to turn it into, hey, how can I help you? Let's do a tour tomorrow. Yeah, I'm going to take you here. We're going to go see this memorial. We're going to see this. It's the most amazing black. Man, here, as a matter of fact, take a look at the iPad that I got right here, because you'll be able to buy one. You have money. Look at this iPad. This is where we've been featured all over the world. We're on the news. And if you guys want to see some fun, we'll go down to the next indictment down at the federal building, and I'll show you how I get treated. And I'll take you with me. How would you like to have that experience? Do you see what I'm saying, Don? You have the quan. You have the ability. Again, are we smarter than Walmart? Fuck no. We're not smarter than Walmart. Walmart says, how may I help you? So all we say is, let's go on a tour. People can read from Pakistan or Iran, or they understand what that means. And then it gets you talking about your tours, plus you're playing your music, plus all you have to have is a little return. Because right now we have nothing, right? We have no return. So let's stretch. I can imagine what our listeners are thinking about right now, like, who in the hell is this guy? But let's stretch and make this happen, because it's not hard. Don Foden says, it does not matter who you know. It only matters
who knows you.
That's Don Foden 101.
And that's true, man.
If that's true,
that's true. That's true.
That's right. And there's a lot of people that know you. So you're going to have a lot of give and take there. But that means you got to be in your outfit. I don't know whether even on the back of your outfit you just have a thing to talk to me about the tours, and then you got to get the brochures printed up, right? I mean, and you can use the content from your website. I mean, I'm just telling you, bro. This is. I did this, and we made millions, Don. Does that sound terrible?
No, I mean that don't sound terrible at all. I'm processing some stuff. I'm processing. You don't put a wrinkle on my brain, man.
All right, all I'm telling you, brother, is
you put a wrinkle. You don't put a wrinkle on my brain, man.
You're doing the work, and you deserve to have the benefits.
Yeah, okay, you don't put a wrinkle on my brain. So I'll see something today. I'll take a different look at this today,
all right,
and to really see, what. Because again, now, see, this is what I want you to understand. Right now, I don't have a problem with Secret Service, and I don't want to create a problem. You see what I'm saying? Because when you start saying, bringing podiums and all of this stuff, see, now they're gonna take a different look, and I ain't trying to. I'm not trying to go there. I don't want them to look differently. I want them to keep looking the same.
But if you're passing out your brochures and you got a thing to talk to me about your tour for today, where am I wrong?
Now I see now that is the wrinkle you done put on my brain that I got to process. That's the wrinkle right there.
To all of our listeners around the world, guys, this is Rob Paisola, and I'm the CEO and president of Western Capital International. We understand that you're listening and you've been watching this show, and and you know what? I call in because I talk to Don, and I know what he does, and I know what value he brings to the community. The thing is, sometimes we have to show, and you guys, anybody in this room will understand that sometimes when you get another viewpoint besides your own, it maybe makes things spark up a little bit. That's all we're trying to do, okay? Zero desire to have any personal gain from this, but you know what, guys? When I see an opportunity to assist somebody, that's what I do, and that's what each one of you should do, okay? And that's what we do, and that's what's important. So Don's eyes are now glued. If you guys want to know who I am, it's Robert, ROBERT, PAISOLA.com, and you guys can listen to it on the replay. Guys, we are financial managers. We deal in $1 million acquisitions, and we're involved in multiple things around the world. But I want you to know that I do care about Don, and I want him to be successful. And when I feel that if I could go there, I'm ready to get on a plane, and, and May 1st I start flying for free for a year. get on a plane and come out there and just do it. You know, I mean,
Oh
it doesn't
wow,
seem
man!
hard.
Have you got a bucket list of where you're going?
Man, I'm just gonna beat that airline. I paid $500 for a year-long pass. It's called, for those of you who want to know, it's called Frontier. Go to Frontier Airlines, and it's called Frontier Go Wild Pass, and it's for 1 year. So I'm just gonna just travel, and then I'm sponsored by Mercedes Benz for my podcast. So they're gonna do 12 hours in a city, and we're gonna do video with NBC Television. So I'm gonna be on 12 hours in a city with NBC for the
Wow,
whole next year. Yeah, so
wow.
that's what I'm telling you. And I just made that up, and they just bought into it. And I made that up at nighttime. I was just thinking, oh, that'd be kind of cool. We ought to do that, right? So,
Man, get it,
Don,
man.
I want you to think about this, bud. I want you to think, because, and if anybody in the room has any opposition to this, I want you guys to step up and say, hey, I don't think this will work, and tell me why. Tell me why it won't work, because I think that you guys have got to realize there's two factors. Number one, Don has a spot. Don is known. Don has the ability to do tours, and it's just a matter of getting it out there. Well, we've tried to get it out there all other ways. So now I've suggested two things. Number one, go to the website, pull some pictures, create a brochure. Number two, go out there and pass it out and say something like, you know, when you go to Walmart, can I help you? And talk to people, passing out the brochures. Would you like to want a tour? Would you like to want a tour? I mean, for real, guys, this is real. This is what could make this thing jump over the edge. And if you Google my name, Robert Paizola, you'll see that this is not my first rodeo with this kind of stuff. We made millions and millions of dollars. And when I saw this today, I was like, oh my God, I got to call Don.
All right, Rob. I got to get
All right,
out of here, man. Thank you,
yeah,
bro.
sounds good. God bless, Don. Let me know. Give me a follow-up call tonight, and let me know how your day went, okay?
I sure will, man.
All right, thank you,
All
Don.
right, all right. All right, y'all. There you go. That was that's an interesting. I take a look at that. I take a look at it. I take a look at it. But I can truly say that something is about to give. I do sense that something is given, that it's going to be a change. It's going to be different. You know, where that's coming from, I don't know, but I do feel that something different is percolating. And on top of the fact, man, I hands down, I got the best tours in the city because I know what everybody else is doing. So I just do it different from what they do. And that's the advantage of, having some knowledge. I know what everybody else is doing. So when I created mine, I said, let me create mine different. Everybody's is downtown. I start my tours in Southeast. I'm the only tour company that starts at Anacostia Metro. The only one. And see, and right now, in 10 years or less, Anacostia is going to be another Georgetown. 10 years or less. Anacostia, they've already... Let me tell you how you know development is coming your way in D.C. First thing they start doing, burying the power lines. When development is coming your way in D.C., first thing they do, okay, is bury the power lines. And when you see that, because when they bury the power lines, man, it makes the area look clean and open and spacious. That's how you know development is coming your way. And if you go over Anacostia right now, they're burying them power lines, man. They're burying them. You can ride through Georgetown and you won't see one power line in Georgetown. Not one. Not one power line will you see in Georgetown. And Anacostia is going to be the same way. It's going to be the same way. And let me tell you about Anacostia. When Anacostia first started, It was Uniontown. It was created by John Van Hook, a Union Land Grant Corporation for the white workers in the Navy Yard only. They had a strict covenant there. No African, no Irish, and no mulatto could live in Anacostia. It was only for white people. Okay? And up until Dr. King was assassinated, Anacostia was over 85% white in 1968. From 1968 to 1978, Anacostia went from over 85% white to over 98% black in 10 years. That's how the transition, the white flight, when they figured out they can get more house and land out in the county. Because we restricted, we ain't but 10 square miles. So you ain't got sprawling houses with acres of land. No, DC is 10 square miles, man. That's it. The house with the biggest acreage, especially in Southeast, is the Frederick Douglass house. It sits on 9.5 acres. And probably the house that has the most acreage would be the Naval Observatory, where the Vice President lives. That's probably the house with the most acreage in D.C., where the Vice President lives. The Naval Observatory. Yeah, that's probably a house with the most acreage right now in D.C. Yeah. Anyway, y'all, let me get ready and go down to the White House.